Hello, fellow gardeners. Well, welcome to 2023. Judy and I have made a little promise that we're going to put on more videos this year than we did last year. That's not going to be hard for us to do because I think we only put one or two on last year, so here we are. We've been out fishing. But anyway, we're going to get serious with you. We want you to have a successful year of gardening. Food prices are going out the ceiling and it's going to get worse and worse. You're going to have to grow part of your simple foods like lettuce and radishes, green onions, spinach, tomatoes, peppers. Those things you've got to grow this year and save on them because, you know, tomatoes are going to be $5, $6, $7 a pound. Right now we're already seeing lettuce at $4.98 in some stores. Cauliflower is $8.95 a head. You don't want to pay that price. It's so much simpler to grow and tastes so much better what you grow. Anyway, we're going to run through these little wicking tubs. I'm going to review on one of these mineral tubs. Still getting quite a few questions. I don't understand what we're going to do about covering these pipe up. This pipe is cut at 4 foot 8 inches, I believe it is. And we're going to lay this down in there all the way around. You see the hole down at the bottom. We drilled that hole in there, a 5/8 inch hole. Now, we're gonna cover this end of the pipe and cover that end of the pipe just like we did this end of the pipe. We're going to put a cloth around there and either duct tape it or put zip ties on it. Do this end the same way. So you're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4 ends covered. That way no soil can get into these pipes. Now, I know your pipe has got some slits in it. If it doesn't have slits, that's okay. Water's going to go in here anyway. Water and air gets in and out. So whether you use solid pipe or slotted pipe, I don't care. Both of them work. Now what we are going to quit, we're going to put that pipe right down in there. These two come together opposite of your hole. All right? We put them down in there like that. Then we're going to take this one. This one's about 1 foot long. And you're going to put that right in there crossways. Now remember now, there's going to be one on each one of them pipes, all 4 of them, all 4 places. What we're not going to do is we're not going to put this big old cloth, this old big cloth 3 by 4 foot, we're not going to put that in anymore. All we were putting it in there for is to cover these ends of these pipes. We were doing it because we was building, you know, sometime 300, 400, 500 of them a day, and we didn't want to take time to cover. At that time, we was doing 3 pipes crossways, so we'd had to cover 6 ends. Even now, we don't cover the 4 ends. A lot of the time, if we're building a lot of tubs, we're going to lay it over them. But anyway, any way to stop that soil out's the main thing. You don't want to cover them ends up with duct tape or nothing because water and air has got to go through that cloth on the ends. Now, then we are going to show you that it is okay to still use this pipe. You can stick it right down in here between these pipes, or you can cut a little notch in this and stick it in this pipe, which is better. You're going to notch into your pipe. You can see that, so it'll sit on the ground where water can still run out. But it's better to put it in this pipe somewhere. I don't care. I'd say put it opposite of your hole. We're going to put it in this pipe right down in there. Just cut a little 3-sided notch and stick it down in that, and it'll be okay. If you don't want to do that, just stick it down here in the end and hope it doesn't cover. It won't fill up as fast, but it will fill up. Okay, and one other thing I'm going to suggest that you do, instead of just leaving a hole over here at the bottom, at the overflow hole, instead of that being just a hole, if you will take and drill right on through that pipe, see there's a pipe right on the inside, leans against it, you're going to drill right on into that pipe, drill this hole big enough that you can put about a 4-inch piece of small pipe, something like this. Look, that's not it. Something like this. This is not a pipe, but about a 4-inch pipe that's, you know, it's going to be a 1/2 inch pipe or something. 3/8 is fine. 1/4's too small. Put a 3/8 or a 1/2 inch pipe right through that hole over into that black pipe. Let it stick over in the middle of that. Let it stick out here a little bit. And that way, it will not stop up with soil. if you just drill that hole, you have to watch it, it will fill up with soil. So this is an improvement I'm telling you, is put a pipe right on over into that pipe. Okay, then you're going to fill your tub up with soil, nearly to the top, 3 or 4 or 5 inches down here. Put your fertilizers in like Sherry will explain to you, send you a paper or whatever you need. By the way, you can call 580-564-2166 and Sherry will help you with any of this you need to know about. Or you can call or text my number, 580-564-5909, and I'll get back to you on a text. A text is faster than a phone call. 9 times out of 10, you won't get me on a phone call. You'll have to leave a message, and the message says it's full. You don't leave a message, I just look to where you've called and I missed you, and I do call back. But if you give me a text, I always get them text. I can do them text while I'm out there fishing, driving the boat, baiting the hooks, taking the fish off. I can still answer them texts in between when the fish are not biting. So do whatever you need to do to get to us. Let's get you gardening this year. Now, we're going to take it, you understand how to do all of this. We're going to set this over to the side, and I was using Judy's laundry basket the other day, carrying stuff out to the camper from the house, and I broke the handle off carrying such a heavy load. So I had to go to the dollar store and buy another laundry basket. She said, throw that away, we don't need it. Well, I brought it down here and I want to show you. We're going to use this to grow a tomato in or a pepper in, or you can grow about 3, 6, 7, 8, 9 lettuce in here, 9 spinach. You know, you can put 3 across here, 3 across here, 1 right there, 1 right there, and 1 right there. Or you can put strawberries in here. You can put the strawberries, some of them strawberries in them through them holes, cut a little notch in your cloth, into your soil. All I have done, I have taken a piece of 3-foot ground cover. It's 3 by 7. Off a 3-foot roll, I cut a 7-foot piece, and I ripped it half in 2 at the 18-inch mark, and I put half of it in here, and I'll put half of them in another one. Okay? And we just laid it around the sides around there. And let me tell you, when you're cutting this cloth, if you use a hot knife that you have heated over the stove and then just cut it slow like that, it will melt the sides. Or you can take a hot air gun to cut it either one, and it melts these, it won't come unravel. And we just lined this all the way around the outside. And then we laid our three orange juice jugs. You know, we want to hold this much water, and we'll have that, well, about that much water, and there'll be air above that. So we're going to drill out, we don't have to drill our outside hole. Actually, this is only going to hold about that much water, because this can breathe. Water can run out through here, so this is going to grow like a grow bag. But anyway, I put 3 of these. I turned one way, one the next, and one the other, to kind of show you. I've got 3 bottles in there. Remember, we only want 80 to 85% of our soil staying above the top of the bottom of the bucket. I mean, we want 15 to 20% touching the bottom of the tub down in the water. So what we do, we've got them 3 bottles in there now with the holes in the. We put you holes. There, you got to put some holes over here. Let me show you so you won't. 4 on this side, 4 on this side. Lay it in there. As the water fills up, the air goes out. As the water goes out, the air comes in. That's all you got to do. Same simple process. We're going to lay them right in there like that. We got 2 one way and 1 the other. Then we put our soil down in there, in them cracks, and then come on up filling it up to about 2/3 full. Put your fertilizer in. Put you some more potting soil in there. And remember, we do not use dirt out of the ground. It's got to be something that's loose and airy that you can buy, like a high-priced, or the most higher-priced potting mix you can get at Lowe's, Home Depot, Walmart maybe, just any of your chain stores, garden centers. We cannot get our bulk like we used to before COVID and marijuana here in Oklahoma. We cannot get that bulk like we were selling to people. I'm sorry. Things have changed. COVID changed. Marijuana in Oklahoma changed things a lot. Anyway, we're still trying to help you garden. All right, so you see how to do that one. Now then, I was going down the road the other day. Judy kind of frowns on me sometime. I pull off, back up a little ways, or get out and walk back up there a little bit. I saw this ice chest laying on the side of the highway. I'm not suggesting you do that, but there's ice chests everywhere. This is just an old styrofoam ice chest. It did not have a lid on it. And so what did we do? I brought it home. Now, this is, I'm trying to teach you to use anything you have at home. This is your Cascade pods that you use in your dishwasher. This is my vitamin bottles. All you got to do is punch holes, 4 on that side and 4 on this side, just about a 1/4 of an inch or smaller. 3/16 is better. Now, if you're wanting to use the pipe, cut you a hole in this and put it right down in there. Water can go in and out of this. Dirt's not going to get in it. You put this in the middle, just like into that. I'll show you in a minute. I've got 2 vitamin bottles over here with 4 holes at the bottom, 4 at the top, or 3 at the top and 3 at the bottom, whatever. And the same thing with these. They're not the same height. That doesn't make any difference, as long as you've got something close. So what I've done, now I have 4 mineral bottles, and I have that 1 soap pod bottle. Can you see that, Judy? Come a little further down, okay. And anyway, that's all we're going to do is set them in there. Remember, you're wanting to cover 80 to 85% of the bottom of the tub, or the pot, or the styrofoam box, whatever. And then you're going to fill that in some potting mix. You want 15 to 20% of your bottom holding soil down into the water, okay? But 80 to 85% we want above these lids. Okay, so I'm going to set that down, and all we got to do is set them up, and we put our soil in there just like we did around any of the others. You've got your weep hole over there, and if you want to do it right, you just take your little piece of pipe about 4 inches and drill here on into that box that's in the inside and stick that into there so that the overflow will come out of the water department, not out of the soil, because soil will eventually stop that up, or potting mix will eventually stop that up. So this is the improvement we're telling you. Take a little 4-inch piece of 3/8, half-inch pipe and drill your hole big enough where it'll just go in there tight and fit right over into your center container, and that way you won't lose soil stopping it up. Okay, now here we go. All we're going to do is put our soil right down in around those cracks, come up here about a little over half full, put our fertilizer in, then go ahead and put your potting mix on up to the top, and you're either going to grow 2, 4, 6 lettuce, 6 spinach, about 4 cauliflower or 4 broccoli. You're going to put 1 tomato plant, 1 pepper, just your choice. And you can grow in things like this. It doesn't cost as much, or I'm not suggesting go buy these new. I mean, they're laying around. You don't necessarily have to use styrofoam boxes. This happened to be one that I saw. Use anything you can get a hold of to grow the food in. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions, text me, call Sherry, and we're going to help you grow. Happy gardening.